growing for the seizure of Russian assets, as opposed to freezing. The shadow Foreign Secretary David Lammy told MPs this week that Labour does recognize concerns that repurposing Russia's central bank reserves could violate Russia's sovereign immunity, but there are exceptions to that rule. We believe that Russia's continued refusal to comply with international human rights law or to follow the orders of the International Court of Justice are good grounds for such an exception. We believe that Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine represents a wholly exceptional act, from which exceptional countermeasures can flow. The Commons voted to give the government 90 days to come up with a plan to repurpose the assets. If Russian state assets were seized, the State Immunity Act 1978, which gives central banks immunity from jurisdiction and from enforcement, would probably need to amend it. Reuters reports that Ukraine is due to face a power deficit later this year, including throughout the autumn and winter, as its energy infrastructure struggles to recover from months of Russian missile attacks, the country's national grid operator said on Wednesday. Volodymyr Kudryavtsy, head of state-owned Ukrenergo, said an unprecedented repair campaign was underway across the country and 50 to 60% of planned work had been completed, but the situation remained difficult. The sources of the deficit are known. This is damage to thermal and hydroelectric power plants. Not a single large thermal hydroelectric plant in this country has escaped damage of a certain degree, Kudryavtsy told an online media briefing. He also said the distribution networks, especially in large cities and in frontline regions, were severely damaged as they were the main targets of Russia's attacks. Also, some units at nuclear power plants were undergoing planned repair work to enable them to produce more electricity during the colder months, Kudryavtsy said. Ukraine's energy infrastructure survived the lengthy campaign of frequent missile and drone attacks which resulted in power cuts and scheduled blackouts, leaving towns and cities in darkness for hours at a time over winter. Fast repairs and equipment sent by Kyiv's Western partners helped people and businesses adapt. Kudryavtsy said the pace of repairs this year was 6 to 7 times quicker than the average before Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. Ukrenergo has already received about €900 million in foreign financing to help with the repairs, and the company is looking for additional financing for the coming winter season. Kudryavtsy estimated additional needs at about $300 million and said the company was in talks with lenders, including the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Kudryavtsy declined to give figures on the existing power deficit but said Ukraine would have to import electricity from other European countries and also add additional power units to be able to balance the system. Russia's defense ministry claimed on Wednesday that the target hit in Kramatorsk was a temporary command post of the Ukrainian army, Reuters reports. Earlier on Wednesday, answering questions about the attack, the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, told reporters, the Russian Federation